Hi, welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy your day. I hope it's going good for you. God's been good to me. We're going to be talking about how did Jesus pray? How did the Lord pray? If you would hit your subscribe button at the bottom right hand side of the page, that will help me get this pushed out to other people. That's the only way it can happen. I want to thank those that have. If you would give it a thumbs up, that helps. And if you'll share it with someone, that'll help also. If you don't want to miss any posts, just ring the bell, hit the bell, and you'll get them as I put them out. We're going to be talking about Matthew chapter 6, verses 5 through 8. How did Jesus pray? When you pray, you are not to be like the hypocrites, for they love to stand and pray in the synagogue and on the street corners so they may be seen by men. Truly I say to you, they have the reward in full. But you, when you pray, go to your inner room, close your door, and pray to your Father who is in secret, and the Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. And when you are praying, do not use meaningless repetitions, as the Gentiles do, for they suppose that they will be heard for their many words. So do not like them, don't be like them, for your Father knows you have your needs before you even ask Him. The Lord knows what you have need of before you even ask Him. Why? Because the Heavenly Father knows what you're thinking and what you're going to say. Why did Jesus pray for the sick? Every time He did, you find Jesus healed them with simple, short prayers. They weren't long and drawn out. Jesus prayed, most of His prayers had less than 10 words. I was at a meeting one time of ministers, and we were asked to go into the sanctuary and pray. And I knelt down and started to pray. I knelt down between two aisles, about halfway back of the church. I didn't go up by the altar. I knelt down there. A lot of them prayed at the altar or whatever. One of the ministers started praying really loud, walking across the front, praying really loud. And as soon as he got done, then his wife would try to out-pray him. She got louder than him and longer than him. Then they go back and forth, back and forth. And then pretty soon 4 or 5 of the brothers that were there, they joined in with them and started praying real loud. Well, they got so loud and they kept going back and forth, taking turns. Most of them weren't praying at the same time. And they just go on and on. Then all of a sudden they all started praying, and they weren't praying for the same thing. And it went on and on. And so when it was over with and we finished praying, the lady said to me, I didn't hear you praying. And I said, oh, well, I wasn't praying to you. I was praying to God. And then her husband said to me, well, there's nothing wrong with getting up and walking and letting the Lord know what your prayer request is and making it known to the Lord. And I said, what is the problem? I prayed, you prayed. I don't pray like you. Neither did Jesus. Jesus didn't pray to be heard from other people. He didn't pray eloquent prayers that went on and just goes on and on and on. He didn't do it. He prayed, simple prayers. Why don't you read how the Lord prayed for people? No, I wasn't praying to you. You never heard me. I prayed. What if I didn't have a voice? What if I couldn't hear? I was deaf and dumb. The Lord don't hear me when I pray? I can't pray to the Lord? I mean, if you want to holler and draw attention to yourself and then outdo each other and get louder and louder and longer and fancier and fancier, that doesn't move God at all. He's moved by the sincerity of the heart. So I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't have to pray like you. God's not deaf. I don't have to scream the top of my lungs. I don't care how you pray. That's the way you pray. I don't. Nor am I ever going to do that, because I know the Lord knows my need before I even ask. And when I pray, He hears me, and I don't have to use eloquent words. I don't have to talk for 20 minutes. I don't have to scream the top of my lungs to get God to hear me. He hears me, just like He hears the people who are deaf and dumb. And in the church that I'm going to at that time, they had 5 or 6 people, or 4 or 5 people, that couldn't hear or speak, and they had someone down there interpreting for them. You don't think God hears them when they pray? You don't think God cares about them? You're crazy if you don't. He does. It's not how loud you are. It's not how eloquent you are. It's what you mean from your heart. So we need to realize that. And God doesn't listen to people that hollers the loudest or prays the longest. Jesus prayed simple prayers, short, to the point, and we're supposed to follow his example. You can pray the way you want, but just remember, God is not deaf. He can hear you, all right? You don't have to scream, all right? And one thing I've never liked, and this is just me, you may not like it. Somebody comes down for prayer, and the pastor prays for him. Then somebody else jumps over there, and they pray for him. Then another one jumps over there, then they pray for him. Then another one jumps over there, and everybody stands there while they talk real loud and pray for him. You don't need to pray 18 times for somebody, all right? When you pray and you believe, that ought to be enough, all right? You don't have to keep going on and on and on. God's not moved by how many people pray for you or how loud they are. You don't go by numbers. You need to let God do what he wants to do after you pray. At the time, we had just some people in the church that couldn't hear or speak, but God still cared about them, still heard them. When you pray to God, you're praying to him from your heart. God is not looking for your volume and how loud you are, but how you pray to him. So let's learn to pray the right way to Jesus. Please subscribe to the channel right bottom corner, and I'll be praying for you. Thank you for your time this time. Till next time, so long. Old Rev May signing off. Have a wonderful day.